Hey, Chukers. How are you? Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna finally share some content from this road trip, but I wanted to give a little preface here first. Today is a bit of a cozy day. It's pretty gray outside, and it's been raining on and off. But yeah, it's been a whirlwind of a trip so far. Just busy between being on the road and being around lots of friends and family, and now trying to get to the east side of Canada before the end of August. It's just kind of been like go, go, go. Plus delivering chuck boxes as well and making sure that goes smoothly. It's been a lot. So it's been hard to find time to just sit and create a YouTube video. And I've got so much incredible content. This trip has been amazing so far. I'm so grateful, just grateful and happy with how everything's been going. But yeah, it's been tricky to get content out. So I'm going to share like a snippet of the content that I've gotten. I've gotten so much incredible stuff. Western Canada is just so beautiful. And so I'm going to share some now. I'll share some more later, but I'll also share an extended reflection of my experience being on the road so far. So that's what's in store for this video. I hope that you feel inspired and also more connected to the Chuck journey with this video coming up here. Thanks, Chuckers. Enjoy. Better run away. Check-in about 4 or 5 hours into a drive, and this kind of seems to be the point where I am ready to be done. So far I think I've only done this far. This will be the second time solo, and I noticed that around 4 or 5 hours, I'm like, all right, enough driving. And I'm on my way between there it is. I went from Saskatoon to Moose Jaw, now Moose Jaw to just outside of Winnipeg. Gonna camp at what's it called, Spruce Woods or something. Looks like a cool kind of provincial park area. And today's drive has been a bit different. Today and yesterday, very windy, today especially. And I'm just noticing the impact that it has on my speed. When the wind's at my back, I'm, creeping up to 120. And when I'm going into the wind or the wind's at my side, I'm like 90 and as low as 80 with this high wind. It's a very strong wind. And it's made me nervous a couple times that I'm going to be pushed over. So I'm kind of like holding on to it. Maybe that impacts the energy too. Wanted to do some reflecting as well, or sharing of where I'm at in this trip and this journey in my mind. Now that I'm entering the like basically the alone phase of this tour now. Now that I every place that I've camped so far, or stayed at, or stayed in or driveway that I've been in has always been at a friend's place or with people that I know. So yeah, this is the first night where that won't be the case. Which is in some ways is not a big deal. I've traveled solo multiple times internationally, South America, the Caribbean, Southeast Asia. I've all done solo, so it's not like I haven't done that before, but I'm just noticing some bit of loneliness coming up, and maybe some overthinking about it too. Some other things that I've noticed is how, just, I may have said it before, but how blessed this trip feels. Even when I was getting going and prepping everything and getting the RV ready, felt really blessed, and like magic was constantly happening to get the RV ready for the road. And now that I'm on the road, it's all gone exceptionally well. The Chukwagon is doing great. So great, and I haven't had any issues with it. I keep looking at my mirror to see if how the landing or my mat for outside the RV is doing up there with a big bug net that I rolled up in it. Because there was one day that it was flying out of the bungee cords I wrapped it in or strapped it down with. But it hasn't moved today despite the wind, so that's a good sign. And yeah, the only other thing was that time that I was going downhill into Lillooet, BC, which is you go really high up by Duffy Lake. It's called the Duffy Pass, I think people call it that, and then down the other side. And while I was pumping my brakes, I always thought that second and low gear were only for going uphill. I never knew it was going for downhill. It was for going downhill. So one brake was smoking. All the brakes got really hot. One brake was smoking, and now it's squeaking. The brake is squeaking, which generally isn't a big deal, but I've talked to my mechanic in Vancouver. I took it to a mechanic, an auto body shop in Saskatoon, because I needed an oil change as well. And I talked to my uncle, who's been a truck driver his entire career, and they all said, yeah, it should be fine. You might just need to clean it out. And the auto body shop in Saskatoon did take a look and said, yeah, you're good. And cleaned it out, tried to clean it out a bit, and it made a bit of a difference, but it's just annoying. I hate the squeak. It just it's like I don't know. I do like things very optimized and organized, and part of the reason why I'm creating this optimized camp box system. I love organization and optimization, and this RV feels so optimized that that one little thing is annoying. So if anybody is either a mechanic or otherwise a car guy here who or a girl who knows how to stop a brake from squeaking, I think even the rotor, like when I'm driving, I hear some squeak there too. If you know how to stop that, then I'm all ears. Besides that, Chukwagon's great. Did an oil change at 5,000 kilometers and got like a check done on everything, and I said it's all looking well and good. So that's the Chukwagon, and where I started was how blessed that is and feels, and even with the dirt road that I've taken it on, and some of the holes that I've accidentally hit, and the whole thing rattles. Everything's doing good still. Everything's doing great. So I'm very grateful, and yeah, I'm feeling very empowered with this trip, and like I can do anything now. It was a big vision to start this journey and buy a imported vehicle on a Japanese translation of an assessment and some pictures, and the vision is manifested, and it's all going great. So I feel like God is supporting me. My intention is strong and pure, and it's keeping me on track here. And for example, even with just getting the oil changed, I really wanted to do it myself, to be honest. But at the same time, I've never changed an oil. I've learned once, but especially with this imported Japanese camper, I was just kind of felt out of my league, and kind of wanted a pro around. And in Saskatoon, I almost had somebody who imports Japanese RVs, and they said they couldn't, and didn't really have a good recommendation for me. And I was like, okay, I need to get this oil change done. Like, I know that at minimum. So like, okay, I learned what filter I needed. I got that information. I probably could have watched the video and done it in Louis' gravel driveway. But that wasn't going to be ideal, and probably going to take me longer than if it was on a jack or raised up. And I wanted somebody to take a look at other stuff. So in the morning, I just thought, okay, you know what? I've got my vision. I want to learn how to change the oil, and I want help from a pro. And I'm just going to go around to auto body shops, because I don't have an alternative, and I don't have any other time, and just pop in, and if they can change the oil on the spot, and if they'll let me either watch or whatever, then that's going to be the spot. And it wasn't until the 5th one, I drove around to 5, they all said they're either too busy or they can't do it. And the 5th one finally said yep, and it was a referral from another one, and fortunately they also work on Japanese vehicles, so I got pretty lucky there and felt very fortunate in that they were down. And when I got there, I asked, can I watch? And first guy said yes, second guy said no, like, we can't have you in there while we're working, safety, insurance reasons. I probably could have offered to pay more, and he may have said yes, but he said, yeah, well, our guy you can go in after when it's still on the lift, and our guy can show you. So that's what we did, and it worked out. Because I feel like, again, I think this is a lesson here in tuning in what the best ideal situation is going to be and going for it, and gonna make it happen no matter what, but also letting go of expectations of how that's gonna go. And it panned out. I think that's how it's working out with Chuck as well, and other areas of my life, just really trying to let go of expectations, but also having intentions, and holding on to the intention and going for it and sticking with it, but letting go of the expectation of how it goes. And then when I do that, it goes well. And it's my intention. I feel like it gets fulfilled. So it's powerful. And not just with that oil change, but even finding camping spots, and in Drumheller, I get to the site and I'm in this ugly spot. It's like on a bit of a hill. It's kind of wedged in between two others, back in the corner and under the canopy, and like, I don't know. I really love like a nice view and space, and it's kind of just like confined. Not really my style. So I, went for a walk with my friend, and I was just gonna go with it, but then I noticed like all these spots out in the open and one run right on the end next to the river was available. And so okay, well, like that is like the best spot on the whole lot, but it didn't have a power hookup, so I guess that's why people aren't going for it. And asked the guy, sure enough, it was available. So I got like the best campsite, with everybody behind me. No, like, I'm not looking at any other campers, not feeling too close to anybody, and I get the view of the river and the hills behind it with the sun and the sunset, and god damn, it was gorgeous. So again, it's like, I know what I want, and I'm gonna ask for it. I'm gonna try to go for it, and if it doesn't work out, it's okay, and it's worked out. So I'm working on that. I think it's a valuable like life lesson of just like, it's like maybe there's like some grittiness to it, and some just going for it and asking and seeing what happens. I think it's part of the lesson here, and powerful one. As I look at a rainbow ahead of me now. I've been looking for a rainbow all day, because it's been kind of cloudy, and I've gotten rained on a couple times, and finally seen a rainbow. You probably won't be able to see it on the front-facing camera, but up there. Anyways, doing great on this trip so far. I'm coming up to 3 weeks as of tomorrow, and I feel good. I feel healthy. Feel kind of nervous, but I'm ready for this next phase where I don't have as many family or friend supports along the way. But that's okay too. I've wanted to have some space to slow down, and especially because it's been crazy, not just with the Chukwagon and moving forward. I've wanted to get to Toronto by next Wednesday, by this coming Wednesday, to visit with one of my best friends from university. So that'll be the last hit of friendship, of people I know at least for a little while. But again, that's okay. It's been very busy with Chuck the last little while too. We have finally started delivering on the Chuck boxes as of 2 days ago. They've been shipping out. Man, what a milestone that is, It's back. Huge milestone. From ideation of a product, raising $200,000 USD to make it happen, and now it's created, it's imported, and it's being delivered to our customers. And I know it's gonna kill it. People are gonna love it, because we have sent a couple out. We had to expedite a couple to a couple customers for reasons I'll share another time. But one customer that I've heard from said, actually I've heard from both. Only the one had been camping with it so far. They both loved it. One said he set it up in his living room because he loved looking at it all the time. And then the other, who took it camping for a week, said it was the best cooking experience he's ever had. That's what I'm doing it for. That's what I've wanted. That's what I believed is possible here. And to hear somebody legitimately say that, and he's like an overland kind of guy. He's got like a truck, pickup with the bars over top and gas can on the side. I can't remember what those are called, but that setup is called. But anyways, he's pretty dialed. He's got a dialed system, and for him to say that, for him to love it and have that experience is, what we're doing it for here. So it's happening, folks, and I can't wait to hear that more from people. Finally they get their product. It's been almost a year. It's been 10 months. So finally, and so I'm very proud of that, and excited to hear what people say. And geez, it's such a huge milestone, and now another chapter beginning of we didn't sell out on our promotional campaign, but that's okay. I'm very curious what we sold 100 of the 150, so we did pretty good, and I imagine some other people are still waiting to see what the reviews are. We don't really have like really good reviews on our website, so it's gonna be a big change coming up here. So I'm very excited and grateful for that, and it's a new chapter of the business beginning here, and I just can't wait to keep going now that things are basically like established. Now instead of we're not doing the setup anymore like we have been. Now it's the like systemization and improvements, optimization, which I love. So a lot of progress has been happening, and I just feel really proud of that, and grateful for you, grateful and accomplished, and excited for the next steps here, and hoping to see it in the wild. So as I said, I'm heading towards Winnipeg right now. I'm gonna stop at a campsite, then gonna try to cruise through the city pretty quickly and keep going, because it's longer than I thought to Toronto, and so I'm gonna have to keep motoring along here. Then from Toronto, I'll head towards Ottawa and Montreal, and then Newfoundland and Labrador, which is pretty. I think it's going to be the most rural part of the journey, and then down to Nova Scotia, where I hear are some of the most friendly people in Canada, and then into the States. So I'll take a month. Once I get past Toronto, I'm planning for about a month on the east coast of Canada, in the east of Canada, and then it'll be 3 months in the States, coming back to the West Coast. So here we go. Thanks for watching and listening, and I'm just gonna post this one. I don't normally do it, but I haven't done a road trip video in a while, and it's just been so busy. I want to share more of the things that I'm seeing, and I will. But for now, it's just going to be this talking vid, a little update here. So thanks for watching. Love you, Chukers. Hope you're having a great day, and get out on an adventure soon yourself. Cheers.